of our teacher training, we have the option to do a detox. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what detoxing really means to me and my experience with it. I first learned about eating organic food in my early 20s when I was dating a guy who decided to pick on me about, you know, what kind of eggs I wanted to get. And I took it very personally. And I think part of the reason we broke up was because he was picking on me and telling me to eat what foods that I thought I was fine eating and I'd learned to eat my entire life. And, you know, it's a very personal thing, right? Like to tell somebody that they've been doing something wrong their entire freaking existence. And so it took a lot to kind of get over myself in that regard. And once I did, I started learning a little bit, okay, well, what is this stuff that they're putting on our food? Why is this even a problem? I don't understand. And, you know, over the course of a few years, I thought, okay, well, I'll try to take out gluten. So I went low gluten for a while just to see if I could, maybe my tummy will feel better. And so I tried that. So I was dabbling with things for a long time. And by the time I was late 20s, I had met my husband, I had met Ryan, and we had started dating, and I put on a crap load of weight. We were incredibly unhealthy. I was, you know, normally I hover right around like a size 8, probably around like 140 pounds, with, you know, a good amount of muscle. But I went up to probably about 185 at my heaviest. And, you know, that happens when you're in a relationship for the first time, right? Like everybody's all super happy and you're like, let's just get drunk and eat everything we can find and we're so happy together. And that's great. Like that's how it's supposed to be. But we realized that we needed to do something. And so here I had like this very limited body of knowledge about some aspects like, you know, chemicals in foods and additives and sugars and things. And then there's this gluten issue. And I was like, I don't get this. And my best friend, Marissa, at the time said, you know, have you thought about trying something called the Whole30? And I was like, food restrictions, like, no, please don't tell me that I can't eat certain things. Not okay. Please don't tell me that I have to go to happy hour and not drink booze. Like, I'm a super social person and that's like not okay. But so finally we were like, okay, shit, we're super sick. We have to do something. And we said, okay, we'll try it. And it was a huge commitment, and it was a very challenging to do it. I will not deny that. What was cool that I liked the first time I did Whole30 was we didn't have to work out. It's like, so like there's always this fight between like, oh, do I have to work out and oh, do I have to eat? But they're basically saying, look, you know, if you're restricting the number of calories that you've been eating for a really long time, like don't stress yourself out about eating. Just get through your sugar addiction and get through your caffeine addictions and, you know, survive it. You know, once you get through the first couple weeks, then you'll feel much better. And, you know, and what's cool about the Whole30 is that ultimately they're not restricting so many foods that you're going to be hungry or sick. Very doable. All they're saying is eat a bunch of freaking fruits and vegetables and meat for, you know, 30 days and then go back to living your life if you want to. And so they're very like cliche about the whole thing, and they're like, oh, it's going to change your life. And it did, you know, it does. It changed how I looked at my relationship with eating because it made it much more clear the times that like shit was hitting the fan. All you're doing is going out to restaurants. All you're doing is eating crap. And here's how you eat clean. Here's how you eat healthy, you know, and then you can kind of balance like this, you know, you can create a balance in it, or you realize that if stuff goes out of hand, then, okay, let's go back to either the Whole30 itself, do it for a limited period of time, or do something else. And so what I've done with yoga is something else. So I thought, I'm sick of trying the Whole30. It's really stabilized my relationship with food. You know, I know that it's something that we can go back to in a few years or whatever when we're ready to. So I tried a 10-day detox this time around. So I'll talk to you about that in a few minutes. And here's a spoiler. It was really fucking hard. Okay, bye.